Hey guys, it's Ben. I'm in the studio on Thanksgiving Day working on smoking some brisket and some turkey. And while I'm cooking in the studio, I gotta say the Black Friday deals are really well done. Because let's be serious, if there's one thing that is more important than sharing a meal with the family, it's the rampant consumerism that follows the day. So let's talk about some of the deals that are going on. I've spent a lot of time researching this way before today, as well as going into today with some of the deals that have just popped up that are going through Monday or Wednesday next week. So these are very limited time buys and they are really good. We're going to do washers and dryers first, then refrigerators, then ranges, dishwashers, and then small appliances in that order. You don't have to wait for like the best deals because we're just going to get to them. And to start with the deals, the first deal we want to talk about is Speed Queen. You can't really start any video about washers and dryers without mentioning Speed Queen, and they have $200 off of all of their washer dryer sets for Black Friday. This will vary possibly on color and style, but it's $200 off the sets. Check your local independent Speed Queen dealer about these sales. I will try to have a link to ajmadison.com, who is one of their online retailers. Next, this is the biggest deal that was so large I already talked about it a little bit, and that is LG.com's direct sale. They have $400 to $600 off of their front-load washing machines with matching heat pump dryers. I actually bought one of these sets myself to either review or just take home. The thing about anything that you buy on LG.com, and there's a lot of amazing sales, is that in addition to the $600 off of the heat pump dryer set, you can wait on the shopping cart about 10 to 15 minutes and get an extra 8% off of the retail price, not the discount price. And I've heard if you talk to their online support, you can get up to 11% off, not just 8. So if you want to buy a lot of things from one specific manufacturer, going to LG.com in the links in the description or the YouTube shopping button that pops up is going to be your best bet for LG products for Black Friday because those sales are ridiculous. They also have $200 off of any front load washer dryer set if you don't like the heat pump dryer. Again, the 8% works. And then they have, I believe, $100 off of all their top loader sets, which is not a great deal unless you are doing a lot of stacking and adding. You can find better deals at some of the big box stores. Going to big box stores, Lowe's has a lot of very good washer dryer deals, especially with their 15% off 2 or more deal. If you buy 2 or more appliances from them this Black Friday, and I think it goes beyond Cyber Monday, you get 15% off of anything they have in the store. The key to that is washer dryer repair since it automatically qualifies. 15% off takes, for example, a LG WT8200CW in the DLE 8200 matching dryer down from about $1,500 at their store down to $1,100. I tried adding that to the cart and it worked. You can use that and add on other appliances to get 3 or 4 and get 20 to 25% off. Lowe's has some very good deals. They support the channel, so I want to start with them for the big box retailers. They also have some other deals as well, such as their WTW 4816 washer for $3.99. That's like their doorbuster deal of the Black Friday. Last year it was an Amana, which was not nearly as good as this Whirlpool. This one has every make and mode on it that you would want to have beyond some of the other units out there, and the matching dryer is $3.99 as well, so you can get the set for $800, and you may be able to use those stacking coupons for even more savings beyond the $800 deal. Now, outside of Lowe's, Home Depot doesn't support the channel, so all you're going to see is the YouTube shopping button popping up here or here. They have a buy 2 get $200 off. It's only for limited sets, but when I attempted to use it, some of the lower end cheap sets ended up having better savings than Lowe's, such as GE's GTW 485 and the matching GTD 48 dryer. That is a lower end budget washer dryer set that I think is quite good. If you buy both of them in the set, it drops the price under $1,000. Another good set that is low end is the WT6105 washer dryer set. There's a lot of different things you can do at Home Depot on their washer dryers to get some deals, but those are the ones that I think that are worth actually buying, that are going to last a while, instead of just throwing out random recommendations to say, oh, this is on sale, even though they're kind of all on sale. So use your best judgment while using these packages that offer incentives. Another factory direct option is Samsung.com. They sponsored a video recently, and I thought I would just mention that their WF90 and the DV90 matching washer dryer, it's their like super high-end bespoke. It's $100 off the set on their website, which quite frankly isn't that good compared to Lowe's or Home Depot. But the one thing about buying from Samsung Direct is you can get a 3-year warranty for $1 or a 5-year warranty for $79. If you're thinking about buying a set like that and getting an extended warranty, getting it directly from the manufacturer tends to be way cheaper than it would if you were buying it, say, from a big box store. That is one way that big box stores charge lower prices, is they try to get you on the accessories for installation as well as the extended warranties, which they make a margin on. And again, I will have a link for that in the descriptions as well as everything else on the channel. One of the reasons I'm able to do this is by the people that use the links in the description. They click those, we get a small commission from each of the sales, but it also gets these big box stores to recognize that if I tell them that their prices are bad or their products are bad, maybe they'll listen to us in the future. Hopefully one day Home Depot sends me links so I have more information on their stuff way before Thursday, because Lowe's and Best Buy did send me a lot of good intel prior to Thanksgiving. And with that being said, let's go over to refrigerators, because there's even more deals on refrigerators. For refrigerators, this Hisense HRS 290 is on sale. I, again, surprisingly have one. It is currently greening my beans and it is marinating a turkey in the storage drawer. So shout out to Hisense for being the Thanksgiving MVP. It is saving my bacon, but I don't have any bacon in here or the smoker, unfortunately. That is $100 off to $799 for that unit. Quite frankly though, even though that is a deal, it's probably not the best side-by-side that's on sale. Home Depot has the FRSG 2115. It's the #1 rated side-by-side refrigerator we've had on the channel. I actually have one somewhere in the back. I want to do a review on one. They're really cool. They're very minimalistic. Home Depot has those on sale for $799 as a doorbuster. That is probably one of the best deals on refrigerators that you're going to find for Black Friday weekend. Another deal that Lowe's has is the Midea MRT18 top mount freezer refrigerator. For $399, you can get a reasonable top mount refrigerator. I don't think there's any deals under like $500 that are close to this Midea. They make a pretty decent, simple top mount freezer refrigerator, so it's definitely worth checking that out if you don't have a lot of money and need a top mount refrigerator. And you can again mix the buy 2, buy 3, buy 4 from Lowe's to get even more discounts on that. I think at some point I added it to my cart and got like that unit for $300 if I was buying a washer dryer set from them to at least try to see where the sales could really be. Another one that Lowe's has is the Hisense HRB 171N. I think that's the nomenclature to it, but it's one we reviewed a few months ago. I really liked that refrigerator on how basic it was. It was easy to take apart. It was easy to diagnose. The parts are affordable if you have to fix it. I just really like that as a basic counter depth refrigerator. Wish it was a little bit larger, but if you need something that's counter depth, that is an amazing deal for $600. Home Depot has a similar competitor bottom mount freezer refrigerator. It's a Visani 18 cubic foot. It is on sale for $549, a little bit cheaper. Visani is essentially Home Depot's Midea manufactured house brand. Hisense is its own manufacturer. Both of them have okay support in the United States. I'd give the edge to Hisense on that, but again, if you have only about $550, the Visani is a really good choice for a basic bottom mount freezer refrigerator. Going to factory direct, Samsung has the RT70 F18 on sale. It is $649 factory direct. One of the reasons you may want to consider that over the other places you could get it for is that they're all basically charging, whether it's Best Buy, Lowe's, or Home Depot, $649 for, but Samsung Direct has it with the 3-year warranty for $1. They also sometimes have open box specials for anything they have on their website. So sometimes if you're wanting an even better deal, you can get about 25% off going to Samsung.com and looking at open box specials. The only reason I mention that Samsung is that fridge is very interesting to me, given the fact it is a top mount refrigerator with a linear inverter control board on it, it gives it a ridiculously high amount of energy efficiency, which may be able to pay back the cost of the refrigerator over its lifespan if it lasts long enough. I'm kind of interested in doing a teardown on that just to see how long it would really last. Samsung.com has other deals on some of their bespoke refrigerators as well. They have the RF29BB 8600. That is one that is similar to what we reviewed on the channel before. It's $200 off. But the key on that refrigerator is that if you're interested in a Samsung refrigerator that's a higher end one, like a bespoke, you can add the bespoke vented or ventless washer dryer for $400 off. I was looking at these deals just a few minutes ago, and they said, do you want to add that to your cart for about $1,500? That is the cheapest way to get any all-in-one this Black Friday season, unless you're doing the buy 2, 3, or 4 from any of the big box stores. They may get close to it, but Samsung is just straight throwing a $400 off coupon that stacks on to the $200 off coupon. They also have the RF32CG, I think 5100 on sale as well. It'll pop up here. It's another refrigerator that's $200 off. I would tell you that Samsung has the RS27T 5100 on sale. It's $100 off claimed on their website, but to be truthful, Home Depot has it for $100 less than Samsung.com. And even though you have the warranty incentives from Samsung.com, Home Depot does have that Samsung bespoke side-by-side a little bit cheaper. It's $998 at HomeDepot.com instead of $1099 as it would be in normal times outside of Black Friday. And one thing to remember about all these deals is if I'm not telling you about the deal, chances are it's just the regular price that they claim is Black Friday. When I do these videos, or I did it last year, I realized like 80% of everything they had on the internet that said it was a Black Friday deal wasn't really a deal. So I'm trying to stick with things that I know for sure are only on true sale for Black Friday. Although again, with the coupon codes, everything theoretically is on sale, and I think that's how they are truthful but then lie about the deals as well. This is where Best Buy starts showing up in the video. They have the LF21G LG refrigerator. It doesn't have indoor water and ice, if I'm thinking right. So if it's an LG that doesn't have that, I think they tend to be pretty stinking good refrigerators. From the reviews we've done, they have an additional 1-year manufacturer's warranty on it. It's the lowest price on the internet. For another LG refrigerator, you have the LRLFC 2706S at Home Depot. That is $100 off at $1396. It's probably, I think, the best LG refrigerator on the market. Consumers aren't as big of fans as I am because it doesn't have a bunch of amenities to it, but the reason I like it is it doesn't have a lot of amenities. LG makes a very good, fundamentally sound refrigerator if you don't have indoor water and ice. So my suggestion is if you're looking for a refrigerator, consider maybe an LG, just no indoor ice and water. But if you do want indoor water and ice, Home Depot has the best deal on the GE GNE 27JMYFS. I'm trying to read that number from memory. It is $1,298 before you get any of the stacking discounts. It's a rock solid GE French door refrigerator. Has pretty good reviews, but technicians think it's probably one of the best refrigerators on the market. And that's about $100 to $200 off of the normal pre-Black Friday price. Another fridge that Home Depot has on sale is the FRSS 2623. It is a side-by-side refrigerator with indoor water and ice. It ranks fairly highly for a side-by-side that has indoor water and ice. That is also $100 off, down to $899. I prefer the FRSG 2115AV a little bit more because it's an even more basic unit without the indoor water and ice, but either one of those for a side-by-side along with the Samsung at Home Depot are probably some of the best deals you're going to get on side-by-sides. But for French doors, again, GE, LG, from the links in the description. And again, please use the links in the description, or if it's Home Depot that hates me, use the YouTube shopping links because that's the only way I was able to get the links to these products to work for it in the YouTube space. Next, there are not a lot of ranges that are on sale, but let's go over to the range and talk about a few more. For ranges, there were not nearly as many deals, I think, as in years past. I don't know why they aren't offering deals. It's probably because they know that everybody needs a range this time of year because they're going bad. So the deals are few and far between. One of the deals that's out there is from Best Buy. They have a 10% off sale on a lot of key Samsung electric smooth top ranges like the NE63A 6511. That's one of Samsung's higher rated ranges. I got a range video coming out explaining all the rankings for every sort of range that's out there. That was one that scored pretty well across the board with consumers and consumer reports that may be worth it. FOTILE has their Freshbake range and a synced range hood on sale as well. That is the one that we did the review on that runs about $2,500. For $500 more at $29.99, they're throwing in a $1,300 range hood. So you save about $800 by going to their website and purchasing that. Now, if you just want their range after the review, I still have the coupon code BEN300 at checkout. Check the link for the description for that and all the other links in this video. That may be something worthwhile on the higher end luxury style ranges that are out there. The only other range that I know of that's on sale is from Home Depot. It's their GRF40V from HomeDepot.com. It's $578 there. It's about $20 better than Lowe's and Best Buy. So if you need just a range, Home Depot has another reasonable low priced range. But if you're going to Lowe's, you can always use that 15 to 25% off coupon and be able to beat Home Depot, just depending on what you're wanting to buy. The 15% off coupon tends to beat Home Depot's $200 off for 2 units if you're buying more expensive stuff, but it just depends on what you're buying exactly. Mid-range to more expensive items, I give the edge to Lowe's. Lower end would go to Home Depot. Unless you're doing some of the package deals, Home Depot does have some pretty good package deals right now. And sadly, that's all I have for ranges, so let's finish this off with dishwashers and small appliances. Hopefully you can hear me over the turkey. The GE indoor smoker allegedly is $200 off for Black Friday. It's normally $6.99 and it's down to $4.99. I don't know if that's like a true Black Friday special. It may just be a November special. I enjoy everything about the GE indoor smoker generally. I've cooked quite a bit on it behind the scenes. I don't know if anybody needs an indoor smoker, but they're pretty nice. And going to dishwashers, Lowe's has a Bosch 300 series dishwasher on sale for $5.99. It may be less if you have the Lowe's membership. I think because I saw on my card it was $5.49 instead, which would make it an insanely good deal for one of the highest rated dishwashers out there. Now, LG also has the LDFN 45 on sale from Lowe's and Home Depot, and I think maybe even Best Buy. That is an all-metal tub that scored very high on our metrics and indexes when we reviewed dishwashers. It tends to be probably one of the best units under about that $550 range, much less the fact that it's $4.99 right now, and you can combine that with all the other deals for an even lower price. Another one that Lowe's has, and this is going to be out there and people may get mad at me saying it, but they have a Midea 24-inch MDF24 dishwasher. It's on sale for $349. We had some of those in our store and ended up selling them. When we looked at those, we didn't get to tear them down. The technicians and even myself, we really liked how that one ended up operating for that price. It's probably one of the best units under $400 that you can find, given that all the other ones that are typically around that price have plastic tubs, and the Midea is probably the only one that has a metal tub. So it is worth looking into if you're desperate for a dishwasher this Black Friday. And for portable dishwashers, Amazon has the Comfy, again, Midea portable dishwasher on sale. It's 21% off right now. It's to $245. Typically those run about $299. Midea dishwashers that are countertop grade tend to be pretty well when we did the videos inspecting the dishwashers a few years ago that I got to end up updating. For small appliances outside of the indoor smoker, Lowe's is doing a sale on all KitchenAid stand mixers. They typically run about $400, but they're all 30% off. It doesn't matter which grade you're using, some of them, but they're all 30% off for Black Friday. Best Buy is running a lot of small appliance sales for Cyber Monday. They support the channel with the information, so I can tell you that I will have a storefront with all of the small appliances they have on sale. They have some Shark vacuums, some DeLonghi, espresso machines, a lot of just random, I think there's a Breville toaster oven that's on sale. They have a lot of small things like that. They didn't actually indicate the prices that they were going to be for Cyber Monday. They just said they're going to be a true percentage off. So again, check for my storefront in the description, click on that, refresh it when it gets to Monday to see what the actual percentages are. And as I get more Black Friday intel, I'm going to add it to this video in the comments as well as the description with any other deals that I've missed. Other deals generally are coming from Amazon in the small appliance landscape. They have the GE Opal Nugget 2.0 ice maker on sale for $399. It's typically $500, so it's $100 off there. Midea has a bullet countertop ice maker in the MERI. It was under $60 when I was looking at it in my Amazon cart. Typically, ice makers like the Midea run for about $70 to $80, and truth is they're all practically the same under the hood. So if you can find any that are below $60, they tend to be the actual legitimate Black Friday deal. And I know that the link to the Amazon is the one that I found that was cheap and legitimately on sale. Another one thing that is on sale is the Midea Flex French air fryer. That's one that ironically we use at our business to cook with. All the staff at our business run those Midea French door air fryers all day long. They're holding up super, super well. They are on sale for $139. They're normally about $169 for most places, but that includes shipping from Amazon. That's probably the best small appliance deal I know of, given how well they're built and how well they've been operating, because we're running them 6-7 times every single day and have been for months. Eventually, maybe we can do a teardown with the one that we've been using, but it's been working rock solid. The last deal that I can think of would be back to the refrigerator, which would be a stand upright refrigerator. It would be the GE FUF21. It's on sale for $749. It's typically about $8 to $849 depending on the store. That was the only upright freezer refrigerator that I saw on sale from Home Depot. Again, remember, a lot of these sales are stacking, so if you buy 2, 3, or 4 things, you're going to get a better deal. But that is the list that I have right now for all of the individual appliances that are $50, $100, or $200 off. Again, I think the best deals are those Lowe's WTW washing machine, the FRSS 2112 from Home Depot, and then all the other ones that we mentioned. I'm going to try to include all the timestamps for these things, and then of course all the links in the description. Using those helps the channel out. Hopefully you're able to hear me pretty well in this video. I know the smoker is constantly running, so I appreciate your patience with this. I'm going to get this video out as soon as I can, hopefully while I finish smoking the meat. As a final addendum to 3 more items that I found while finishing editing this video are from Home Depot. The first one is going to be the Hotpoint HTW265AS. This is a basic $400 top-load washing machine. I don't think the agitator in it is a 2-piece unit, so it's not quite as good as the WTW. But if you're looking for something that may be even a little bit more reliable than the Whirlpool, I think this is a reasonable choice. And again, the link should pop up in the description. Another thing that they have on sale at Home Depot is this Frigidaire FCRE 3052BS. This is a smooth top range 5-element. The knobs are on the front. Not always the fan of that style, but for under $500, you are not going to do any better than this. Frigidaire is essentially the #1 brand on ranges in terms of consumers or user preferences. So this is the time to get a pretty well-liked unit. The last thing is GE GDT 5500 24-inch built-in tall tub stainless steel dishwasher. I was wrong. I thought the Midea was the only stainless steel one. This one is $368 at Home Depot and is a really good deal, especially given that you can do the buy more, save more to get $200 off. So these are 3 deals that will pop up, and there it is for the video.